my name's Lindsay Trombetta. My company is called Lulu Bees, and I'm here at Templeton's National Play Outside Day, and I'm selling all of my wares. I do wood burning by hand. I also have homemade soy candles that I put into mugs that I've locally thrifted, and I also do some baby teethers and silicone items as well. Lulu Bees started because my mom calls me Lulu, and my maiden name was a B. My last name used to be Bill, now it's Trombetta, but I kind of had to think of something because I already had the name Lulu Bees. It was just a bee, and now it's BEE, so it turned into the animal bees. And I made a cute little logo. I started with the wood burning, and I started when I was in high school. And I started making crafts for like Christmas, birthday parties, weddings, things like that. And it finally got to the point where people kept saying, you should start a business, you should start a business. So I finally did start a business, and that was March of last year, I think, or 2 years ago. I can't even remember now. It all turns into a whirlwind after a while. But I did, after much harassing from the family, start the business, and this is what it's turned into. Those are baby teethers, so baby chews on the bottom. They're all food grade silicone. It's basically just like stringing a necklace beaded together. The top is like a little clip, so you can clip it to their stroller, you can clip it to their car seat, you can clip it to them for some of the lighter ones, and they just get to chew on it while they're teething. For instant gratification, it's definitely the silicone stuff. For like what I'm like really passionate about, it's definitely the wood burning. And that's usually what I take like all day Saturday and Sunday to do, and I do like the silicone and the candle stuff during the week, because I have a job outside of this as well. I'd have to say, don't buy too much up front, because a lot of the stuff that you think you're gonna need, you're not gonna need, and then you're gonna end up buying more stuff after the fact. So go to a few fairs, figure out what you're going to need, and you can kind of cobble stuff together from what you have at your house, and then once you get really into it, and you make some money from your business, then you can buy what you're gonna need for the long term.
My name is Marianne Aldrich. I am selling a whole bunch of crochet things. I actually started this as a fun hobby, as sort of me time, and I've just started doing craft fairs and markets this year. So this is all still a little new to me, but I've got cup cozies and pouches, and the freeze pop holders are a big seller for me. I've hyper focused on a lot of hobbies. This one I like because I can travel with it. So I have a whole bag of stuff that while I sit and chat, I can sit and crochet. I can take it wherever I want. I don't have to have a solid, stable setup anywhere. I'd say the cup cozies, in terms of they work up faster, so it makes my brain happier because I can complete the project. But I really love doing the Kindle cases because I'm kind of a book nerdy. So these are fun. They have lots of little like book related patches and stuff on them. These are fun for me just to pick out like the colors and the little patches that go on them. So those are probably my favorite product wise. I mean, I'd say just, if you're nervous, just do it. I mean, they're a lot of fun. Like I said, for me, it's a hobby. I don't do this necessarily as a job. I have my own full-time job. This is kind of something for me, to do for myself, to get a break from mom life and kid life. So I'd say if you're nervous, just do it. They're a lot of fun. Every fair that I've been to, the neighbors are all really nice. So don't be nervous about it. Just do it.
Am I only dreaming? Is this burning an eternal flame?
Dave Austin from Westminster. Well, I've been working with wood since I was probably, 16 or so. I just started making the cutting boards and posters, smaller cutting boards, other things like the plaques. I started doing that 2 years ago. All the colors are all natural, no stains. The only thing that I use on there is cutting board oil. This is maple on the outside. But the other colors on the inside here are all exotic woods. This one here is called Paduke. This one here is called Purple Heart. This one here is called Wenge, and this here is zebra wood. And those are mostly what I use for all the different stuff that I make. I actually go to a place up in New Hampshire that sells exotic woods. So there's not a lot of places around that do it. So I happen to find that one place, and it's worth a ride, so I go back up and I get them all up there. Once I retired, I started doing something to keep me busy. And so I set up a workshop, and I started making a couple of boards. And I said, okay, well, let's, keep myself busy. I like to make them and come out and show the people because, the people enjoy looking at them because of the colors and things like that. Well, I make these first. Then my cutoffs, I make the smaller stuff. So I try not to have almost any waste. I would go with somebody that has some experience and just listen to them. If you're young, take it up in school. That's where I took it up when I first started. I was in high school and I started woodworking there. Then like during my life, I did a lot of carpentry. My brother's a carpenter and I work with him a lot.
Hannah Bennett's up at bat. She misses.
Hi. Oh my goodness.
Dirty in there.
Was it enjoyable? Did you have fun?
It was alright. Some kid was nice and he took my camera to help me get over, so.
Hey, can I go on news?
Yeah!
Woo!
My name is Olivia Rivas, and I made all these fairy dolls. We found these shells at beaches, and gave me a good idea to make mermaids and put them on their shells, because I know a lot of people love the ocean life. I made regular mermaids, and I made some regular dolls also. I made some sunflower ones. I can crochet, but it's a little slow for me. I found these and then they were just quick and easier for me to make. So I take an 18-inch wire and I pick out like a piece of yarn that I like for their hair. And then I pick out a head. I put the hair in between the wire so it's in the middle. Then I put the bead on and I twist for her neck. And then I make her chest and arms. And then I'll make her waist and I'll do the legs. And that's pretty much it. And then I'll just do the designing. I get like these plastic flowers from Dollar Tree and I just take the stems off and I just attach it for like a little dress or skirt. And I find like little flowers and then I attach it to their hair. Or, and I'll braid their hair or give them a little bow. I have a lot of glitter that I never use, so I thought that glitter would look nice with the dolls, and I gave them like a little pearl on each tail. Me and my family, we love to craft, and it's just fun for me to do something with my hands and make some stuff that's very creative. I'd have to say I love the sunflower ones I made and the shell ideas that I made. And so that's pretty much my favorite ones.
My name is Dan Dean. I'm a firefighter paramedic with the town of Templeton. We're here to just do a little fire prevention, talking to the kids and anyone that stops by about being safe in your home, having 2 ways out, and getting out, staying out, and a little bit about 911 and home fire prevention and stuff like that. One of my other assigned jobs at the fire station when I'm not doing fire calls is I'm the SAFE coordinator. So I do the SAFE grant. I'm in the schools doing fire prevention in the schools. And then I work with the police department and other departments in town with the senior center and the older adults of the community as well. Depending on the age, a lot of it is getting out and staying out, having 2 ways out of your home, and then having a safe meeting place. Some of the things that we see with the older adults is fall hazards in the home, trying to avoid those and trying to get the older adults to stay in their homes longer with less injuries. We're really trying to push our File of Life program. We're finding older adults, they're on so many medications, they don't know the names of them because the names are, miles long. And so we have a File of Life program where it's a sheet of paper that is in a bright red magnetic holder that goes right on the refrigerator. So if they can't speak for themselves, or they are just don't know their medical history that well, they can just fill that form out, and that's one of the first things we look at when we go into a home. Just like, I instill in the kids that are in school, you practice fire drills at school, you should also practice fire drills at home. Knowing what your smoke detector sounds like, not just in an emergency or when it's going off at 3 in the morning and you can't figure out which one's going off, is, practice. When you go and change the batteries in your smoke detector, that's also a good time to maybe even practice doing a fire drill. Having smoke detectors in your home is really important. Having carbon monoxide detectors in your home is really important. There's been a few homes that I've been to that have gone on medicals where they just didn't have smoke detectors. They had the holder there, the wires are hanging out of the ceiling, but they had no smoke detector because they were sick of hearing it chirping. So keep smoke detectors in your home. Carbon monoxide is a odorless, smokeless gas, or odorless and smokeless. So you can't see it, you can't smell it. So it's a dangerous gas. It's given off by any fossil fuel. So if you have a furnace in your house, you use propane to heat your house, or you cook with propane, that all gives off carbon monoxide. So every house in the Commonwealth needs to have carbon monoxide detectors if they're going to sell their home. So we have to do an inspection. We encourage everyone to have carbon monoxide detectors in their house. With the older adults as well, we do offer, if they have trouble with their smoke detectors or they have questions, calling the station, making an appointment, we'd be more than happy to come out to their house and help them install smoke detectors or swap them out for them. Something that we're doing coming up in September is we're having our first car seat installation. Myself and firefighter paramedic Lorenzo Sordoni are certified car seat technicians. So we took a 3 or 4 day class on the proper installation of car seats. So that's a free service we offer to anyone. It's a certification that we have to keep up. So some communities don't have it, so they actually refer outside residents to us. But it's a free service. We'd be more than happy to come to a home safety visit for older adults that just have questions of they're not sure what they should look out for. We see sometimes with some throw rugs don't have the non-slip stuff on the bottom, so that's where some older adults have fall hazards in their home. We do CPR first aid certification. Myself and a few other members are CPR instructors, so we offer CPR for the community as well. Our number is 978-939-8122. That's our line to the office. If anybody has an emergency or non-emergency, they can always call. Obviously, we want them calling 911 if they have an emergency, but if they don't, but they need us, say they have a smoke detector chirping or they have some kind of issue like that that's not really an emergency, they can always call dispatch as well.
Rebecca Fielden. I am selling my 3D prints, other items. I have kid and teen jewelry and glass cups and pillows and beaded pens and fidget bags. I started by doing the lighted wine bottles. And then I started doing cups and jewelry, and it just kind of keeps snowballing into more and more. And then 2 years ago, I started doing the 3D prints. It started as a hobby, just like, you know, something to relax and enjoy, and then it just kind of snowballed into what you see here. I thought it was fascinating. Like, I saw a video and I was like, wow, that is like so cool. And where I was working, I got like a bonus check. And I was like, you know what? Instead of spending this on the family and the kids like I always do, I'm going to spend it on me. And I got myself a 3D printer, and it was a little challenging at first, but I just kept trying it until I figured it out. And it's just, I don't know, it's still fascinating to me. I'm totally obsessed. I'm up to 4 printers now. But I have 2 big ones and 2 small ones, and I don't know. It's a obsession. Obsessed. I just love it. Like all the different things you can make and stuff. I really enjoy the dice towers. I use it at home all the time. My son plays with it, like just constantly. He just likes to make them all match. We use it for math. We use it for multiplication, adding, subtracting. We play Yahtzee, and it's great because it keeps the dice on the table. I guess the best advice would be to ask questions. Like, I joined a couple Facebook groups, and I'll be like, oh, this is happening, any ideas? And I'll just get like 5 different ideas, because it's not always the same issue, you know. But that's where most of the time when I have trouble or something's not working right, that's where I get my ideas from. I just kind of bounce it off. And it's great now because I've been doing it for 2 years, and now I can actually answer other people's questions who are new to it, you know. And it's like, hey, I actually feel like I've learned something now, like, you know, I can help somebody else.